I give the floor to the representative of Algeria.
السيد الرئيس، صوتت بلادي لصالح القرار 27.
Madam President, my country voted in favor of the resolution 2782, and we emphasize the essential role played by the United Nations disengagement observant force to preserve peace and security in the Middle East. We are convinced that the renewal of the mandate is a necessity to preserve the stability, which is fragile. In this context, my country would like to thank the Russian Federation and the United States. The two penholder delegations would thank them for the text. But we regret the very narrow technical approach that was adopted, the approach that limited itself to just a technical update. The 7th paragraph is asking for the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions, whereas these circumstances now belong in the past. In the paragraph 2, we are talking about the Arab armed forces. And this structure has not been in existence for 5 months. So this approach unfortunately reflects the paralysis of the Council when we are talking about their violations by the Israeli occupation. We need practical measures here, and the Security Council was incapable of inserting them in the text. The text does not reflect the new situation in the region of operations for UNDOF. The Secretary General states that there are activities by the IDF in the buffer zone, and this is according to the resolution 267. The Secretary General's paragraphs show a very grave violations by the Israeli forces in the buffer zone, and here we're only talking about formal things, and we do not impose the respect and upholding of resolutions. How can a council adopt a resolution which does not take into account the Israeli violations? And in the second paragraph, it says that we cannot accept military activities, including in the area of separation. Well, how can a resolution quote parties which are no longer in existence today and not emphasize the party which to date is in violation of Security Council resolutions and does not take into account the daily crimes committed by the Israeli occupation in the Syrian territory, be it the destruction of houses or destruction of livelihoods. The Secretary General's report emphasized these, but the resolution of today is not showing them. The Israeli occupation is undertaking measures very clearly, including by way of incursion into Syrian territories, be it in Yarmouk or Sharm el-Sheikh. And at the same time, the Council is just silently observing that. Madam President, the resolutions of the Council have to reflect the situation on the ground and the responsibility to come up with this serious text is a responsibility of pen holders, of the delegations of the pen holders. It is essential to align UN forces with the situation on the ground, and UNDOF is not an exception to this rule. In conclusion, my country would like to reiterate its position according to which the Syrian-occupied Golan is an occupied territory, and any attempt to modify its status is null and void. And the Security Council has to fully shoulder its responsibility and its resolutions, and its action has to be based on what is happening on the ground to make sure there is justice and no impunity. I thank you.
Of Algeria for his statement.